How does your good enough competitor with the lower price beat you for your dream clients? It's Anthony Iannarino, and I want to talk to you about how you lose your dream clients to your competitors who are good enough. And you know what I mean by good enough. They don't create anywhere near as much value as you do. They're not as buttoned up as you are. There's no way that they should be on the same playing field with you, and yet from time to time they beat you, even though they don't compare with you in any way except they have a lower price. So how does this happen, and what should you do about it? Let's talk it through. So the first thing is, most of the time when you have a competitor who's good enough that beats you, it's because they're out hustling you. And what I mean by that is they're prospecting. They're getting in front of these customers or these clients, and they're having conversations with them. And while they're there doing that and you're not there, they're getting a chance to shape the thinking of that client. And this is super important because you'll find out whoever gets there first and shapes the thinking tilts the playing field in their direction, and that's what we're trying to do. In selling, we're always trying to create a preference for ourselves, for our company, and for our solution. And so the second thing that you have to recognize about your good enough competitor is that when they get there, they have a chance to develop relationships. So they get to talk to other people inside this dream client company. They get to start making friends and making their case, and they're there and they're wiring the building for sound, and then you're behind them after they've already done this. And this is where this becomes really important, and this is the third thing that they tend to do. They tend to go in and sell what I call the big lie. And the big lie is you can have better, faster, and cheaper than you have right now. And the truth is, you can't have those three things. You might be able to have better, and that's probably your offering if you're watching this. You have a higher price, you create greater value, and it's better. But it's not going to be faster and cheaper and better. But they tell that lie and customers believe it. They believe that they want to believe this, if I'm being honest. They want to believe that they can have better, faster, cheaper. If you're faster and cheaper, you're not going to be better. Those two things don't go together. They never have and they never will. Think about anything that you buy, even a restaurant. If the restaurant is fast and cheap, it's not good. If the restaurant's really good, if it's the best in class, it's not going to be fast and it's not going to be cheap. This is just one of the universe's laws, that if you want better, it's not going to be faster and cheaper. So what do you have to do about this? First, you have to get there first, and you have to develop the relationships. And while you're there, getting there first, developing the relationships, and working inside your dream client account, you have to tell the truth. You have to inoculate your dream client against the big lie that is they can have better, faster, and cheaper by explaining to them that if they want better, it's probably not going to happen as fast as they want it to, and they're probably going to invest more money than they thought they were going to have to. Whoever gets there first and develops those relationships and starts building that case tends to win over time. And whoever gets there last and is on their back foot, which means they're being defensive about this, they end up in trouble, because when you've already seen other offerings that are cheaper and somebody comes in and says, I can get you the same outcome or better, but it's going to cost more, their first inclination is, well, they said they could do the same thing that you can and more for a lower price point. So here's what you want to do. If you want to beat good enough, you have to be better than good enough, which means you have to out hustle them and get there faster. You have to create much greater value, and that means that you have to develop relationships of value, what I call level 4 value, so that you have the building wired. And then you have to start inoculating them by telling them something that sounds like this. Listen, you're going to hear a lot of offerings that sound like they're great. They're going to promise you that they can be better, faster, and cheaper. But if you don't make a good enough investment in this particular area, you're not going to get the kind of outcomes that we're talking about. So when you hear that, you want to make sure that you ask enough questions to understand whether or not you can really have what they're promising you. And by laying that landmine and setting that trap for them, later on when they hear that big lie, they already know that they need to question the validity and the truth of that. So I'm Anthony Iannarino. This is Every Day. Hit the subscribe button at the bottom so you can be here with me every day. And then we're about to have a banner pop up. It's going to ask you to go to thesalesblog.com where you can sign up for my newsletter. And I'll see you on Sunday if you sign up for the newsletter. And if not, I'll see you tomorrow right here.